Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to Obit Potato Town. As the name suggests, my name of course is Obit Potato. We've got a little bit of a sickness craze going on here. In fact, no, it's not a sickness craze, it's a dead person craze. A dead person is waiting for transport. Why is that not? Why is the cemetery not working? It should be. Can we bump up health spending? Is health spending something we want to bump up? Yeah, we'll bump it up to 150%, should I say. But that only gives us one extra hearse. I think we're going to have to have a new cemetery, unfortunately. I say unfortunately, I mean rather fortunately. We need a population of 16,000 to have a crematorium. I'm going to put this down here in the view that this is going to be a very permanent, what am I talking about? A very temporary feature until we can get a crematorium and actually properly sorted out. But until then, you know, a cemetery is gonna have to do. Power and water should both be coming to this place. Well, water should. Water should. There we go. And power should already be reaching this place anyway. But whatever, that's fine. Okay, that cemetery was a little bit of a detour about what I really wanted to focus on today, and I've completely forgotten what I wanted to focus on today. But we have pretty much solved the housing crisis, which is something that I am actually relieved has happened. We've got ample opportunities for people to expand into here. That's fine. That's a-okay with me. How is this? 13 out of 34, 15 out of 34. Okay, so it's clear to me that that we can actually scale back spending on bins. We don't need to spend as much money any longer on providing the bin services. Is this building empty? This building is emptying. 68% full. Well, that's fine. At least it's getting there. And you are 90% full. Oh goodness me, that is worrying, actually. How much are we incinerating? Incineration status? No. Incinerator capacity. Okay, yeah, we need more incinerators. Although we are only at 75 capacity and we could be at 120%. However, I feel that the landfill can only be a temporary measure. We need to be burning everything as soon as possible. The fire station we've got, which we're probably spending an absolute ton of money on. Hopefully the fire brigade, I think that's the fire brigade right there. They are arriving at the house and extinguishing the fire, which is really nice to see, because even though that, you know, the threat of everything blowing up, or the fire threat is, according to everything here, is like 50%, I don't really see many burnt down buildings. We've got lots of abandoned buildings in the industrial area, but that's about it. That's about it. And that's really unfortunate, because I don't like abandoned buildings, but I can't be bothered to get rid of them at the moment. Hearse is in use. 13 out of 13. Youch. That's quite substantial. I mean, if both of these guys are working... Oh, not you. Not you. Both of you guys are working full shift, then we've got a lot of dead people to transport. A heck of a lot of dead people to transport. How can we upgrade this? Make sure all is well in the building to allow it to be upgraded. Well, it is sort of on fire, I suppose. That's something. Increase the value of the land to allow the building to be upgraded. Parks and plazas and good services increase land value. Well, thank you for that lovely tip. I think it's actually probably time we think about getting some parks or something. Let's just check the land value out to see actually what it is. It's quite good in the central area. Wow, actually, that's really interesting. We've seen a massive shift from where the seniors are actually staying, and the seniors are all staying around here, primarily because there was a lot of dead people around here that I presume that all died, and I think that's pretty interesting, actually. Jobs available, people employed, so we've got a lot more jobs available than we actually have people employed. 31 births a week, 31 deaths a week. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, so that's really interesting. We see a lot more families over here now. That's pretty crazy, actually. But we need to actually sort this problem. Jobs available and people employed. there's a big discrepancy there, and that's something that I think we should probably try and aim to fix. Obviously, we're going to do it, you know, in part through the building of a massive new residential estate down here. You know, this entire area is going to be dedicated to sort of residential estates. But perhaps we need to think about scaling back industrial sort of activity. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, what are the benefits of the farming industry? There's not much. Considerably increased water consumption, slightly increased tax income, required natural resources, fertile land, renewable. Yeah, so this is a good industry. So I think we're probably going to actually dezone like a ton of stuff over here, because we don't want people to be building more industry. That's not really our intention. I'm sorry to all the legitimate businesses that were over here, but quite frankly, I don't really care. That's not really good that we've got way too many people, way too many jobs for the number of people that we actually have. New building, train station. What is this? A train station? Yeah. Well, I sort of want to build a cargo train station. I think that would be sort of cool, because we did actually buy the plot of land that has the train track running through it. So we can think about building that perhaps in this area over here, because the residential area will be primarily over in this area. According to me, I have decided. What I am slightly worried about is the fact that this area gets almost no... Well, it does actually get a little bit of healthcare, doesn't it? Fire department can reach this area rather quickly, so that's not too much of a worry. The crime rate is really low anyway, so... it's just healthcare that we need to sort of worry about. I mean, yeah, this area has no access to anything really. Bit of a bummer, but hey ho. What if we built this over here? Would that? No, that's not really good enough. We're probably gonna have to go for a big one, but we don't have enough money. So that's gonna have to be delayed for a while. But obviously, I'm not really concerned by whatever's going on there. In fact, what if we built a little health clinic over? I want to build one over here somewhere, but over here? Under here, maybe? No? Yeah, that's not really what I want to do. I sort of want to have this central area that deals with all the customer services and stuff like that, or all the emergency services, should I say? What am I saying? Industrial demand is going to go up, but that's pretty good, because we actually need industrial demand to go up, because we have way too many buildings for not enough workers. So, as far as I'm concerned, industrial demand going up would be not terrible in my eyes. In fact, yeah, we've now only got 5,500 jobs, and we've got 4,547 people actually in work. So what I think would be a good idea is if we just did another one of those massive scale backs. We're gonna just completely wipe out half of the industry over here. You know what? Hashtag no regrets. I have no regrets. There we go. Yeah, I have no regrets. We need to sort of even this out. So I'm really not concerned by that demand going up. Really not an issue for me. Let's take a look at the population graph. Okay, so jobs available 4,816 and decreasing rapidly, and the people employed are 4,213 or whatever. So hopefully we'll see that even out over the next couple of turns. Next couple of turns? What am I talking about? This isn't a game of Civilization or whatever. This is a real city building sim, and a great one at that. It's pretty darn amazing. But yeah, that should reduce traffic congestion and make everybody a little bit happier. Why are you not gone? Why are you not gone? I'm just going to destroy you then. Simple. Yeah, actually, you know, we can't afford to overextend, because otherwise we end up with an absolute ton of abandoned buildings, and abandoned buildings are, you know, they're not in anybody's best interests. They just, you know, they take up space and they're not cool. Why is it that this area is always for super sick people? I don't know. I don't know at all. What can we do to upgrade this place? Educate more citizens. Yeah, well, we're doing that already, actually. How many university people do we have? 1,190. In the last episode I checked, and we only had 830, so we're actually seeing a very, very big increase, which is lovely to see. How are the garbage people doing? They've actually got... Yeah, they're actually doing pretty fine, considering how much money I'm actually giving them, which is not very much, as you can probably imagine, because we've got a lot of stuff to pay for, so so obviously we're not going to spend as much on that. We could probably actually afford to bring our education budget down a little bit, probably bring it down to around 100%. That would probably sort things out just a tad, just a smidgen. In fact, no it wouldn't. No it wouldn't. We're going to need to bump that up again. High school availability, yeah, we're going to need to bump it up. High school availability is just not quite where we need it to be. Let's bump it up to 125. There we go, perfect. And, yeah, beautiful. High school availability and elementary school availability, pretty touch and go. As in, pretty close to the line. But that doesn't really matter because we're going to be saving a little bit of extra money anyway, which is lovely to see. Beautiful. Awesome. Everything's going remarkably well. We did have to sort of scale back a bit on our industry, but honestly, that's fine. I mean, you know, we've still got another 300 jobs for people. Unemployment is 7%. I would like it to become lower, actually. I would like it to be lower. I would definitely like it to be lower. Let's get rid of another line of industry. I know it might be unpopular, and you know there are profitable buildings that will be destroyed, but I don't really care because I want unemployment to be lower than that. Okay. Jobs available, reduction, unemployment has stayed the same at 7%, but now we're going to see the number of people employed are going to climb, hopefully. Hopefully, I say, hopefully we'll get above the 4,000 mark. Unemployment's gone up to 8%. That is strange, but it shouldn't. And this should even roughly out. We don't want to expand too fast. Yeah, we'll check back on that in a minute, and hopefully it'll all be fine. That's the plan anyway. Hopefully, fingers crossed. If it doesn't, then I'm in trouble. Okay, we are upgrading at the moment. That's nice to see that some of the houses are upgrading. We are close to seeing these houses upgrade. Perhaps with a little bit of a land value assistance, we could see that increase further. We don't see any very, very high land value, but that's probably okay. Not too concerned by that. Stick one over here. Yeah, let's stick that there. And everybody should get a little bit happier. It's always nice to see happy people. And can we stick that there? Yeah, let's give that a shot. So the land value over here, or the access to leisure, is going to be greatly increased, which is what I like to see. Let's stick that over there as well. We are going to see a slight temporary drop in population, but it's okay because we've got this area over here, which should make up for it. Unemployment is 12%. Why is it 12%? It shouldn't be. We should see, you know, almost 100% of the jobs available are. We should see almost 100% of the jobs available taken. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. Obviously, there probably will be a slight period of redundancy where people are redundant, but whatever. Residential level, most people look like they're. Well, what's that? You're level 4. Wow, that's pretty darn good. Lots of people are at least level 3, so that's not too shabby at all. It's not too shabby at all. You guys are level 2. Lots of level 2. It needs to be covered by more services. You're pretty much covered by most services, and you're level. Wow, you are good. You are really good. I know I really need to work on the land level, the value of the land, as it's just not good enough, I'm afraid, at the moment. There's lots of good value land over here, though. So that's nice to see. Let's screw it. Let's build some more parks. We might as well. Let's just build a couple more. And hopefully take out as few houses as possible. We don't really want to be taking out large numbers of houses. But at the same time, I'm not really averse to doing that because, quite frankly, we need to get the land value up, and however we do that, it just needs to be done. You know, it's just one of those things. You know, you need to get the land value up, and you know, we're gonna do it. We're gonna darn well do it. So lots of parks, lots of investment in leisure activities and stuff. That's what we like to see. That's good stuff. Good stuff. What are you saying, friends? Where are the garbage trucks? Why is no one picking it up? Well, why? Are you kidding? You're being serviced by a fantastic garbage service. They're everywhere. They are very good. They are absolutely fantastic. What's our unemployment? Our unemployment's at 10% now. So our unemployment is reducing slowly. Obviously, as employment goes up, I think we'll probably see a little bit of an increase in crime. Hopefully, though, people won't actually be into committing crimes. I mean, who is into committing crimes? That is just, you know, not cool. So yeah, actually, that's not too bad. We probably did expand our industry a little too heavily. And, you know, we did have to make massive cutbacks to the area that the industry has been present at. But, you know, that's okay. Healthcare availability is fine. Average health is very high. Good. I don't know why I got that little tooltip there, but that's fine. Yeah. Apart from up here, a dead person is waiting for transport. It's this area that people seem to be complaining about healthcare the absolute most. I don't know why. Power. How are we doing for power, actually? Electricity, yeah. Well, electricity availability is actually fine. We could probably save a little bit of money on that, actually, if we reduce it to perhaps 120%, 118%, yeah. We would probably still have enough electricity to service the entire area, and we'd be saving a little bit of cash in the process, which is always good. This is something we can think about, actually. A hydropower plant is definitely something we can consider. Something that we can definitely consider building. Obviously, we're only going to build it if it's actually worth building, because for that price, it does not. For 16 megawatts, doesn't look like it's worth building. Doesn't look like it's worth it at all. That would produce 48 megawatts. And I'm not even sure. Could we build one across here? Yeah, but it would only give us 48 megawatts. So, you know, we'd need to, if we wanted to do that, we'd need to buy some extra land and think very carefully about what we actually do. Police are needed over here. High crime rate. What is the police availability for this area? It's not very good, is it? It's probably going to push up the crime rate. Now might be a great time to actually get our big police station out. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? We've got the money for it. We might as well. We do actually want to, however, make sure that we get rid of our current little police station, because that is going to serve almost no purpose whatsoever. And I would be quite happy destroying that. And this one as well. I know people are going to be unhappy. I know people are going to be unhappy. But functionally, this one serves, you know, many times more benefit than the small ones did. And, you know, we just end up costing ourselves money that we could spend on other things, basically. So, you know, I feel confident in destroying those police stations. We can also, how much are we paying the police, actually? Bring that down to 100%. I'm not willing to pay more than we actually need to, because crime is low. Let's face it, crime is low. A crime rate of 11% is not good, but at the same time, it's not terrible either. This building is emptying. It's at 60% full. How are we going to get rid of it? Oh, it's gonna take a long ass time to get rid of. Unfortunate, but hey ho. Looks like landfill usage is something that we need to probably fix. But at the same time, yeah. We're going to need a lot of incineration plants before we can actually get up to speed with our incineration. We need a lot more incineration plants before we're 100% incinerating everything. So that is something that we need to bear in mind. What is the unemployment rate at? The unemployment rate is at 12%. We can probably go back and rezone some more industrial stuff. Industrial demand is very high at the moment, so pretty confident doing that, and that might sort out some of our unemployment woes. 12% unemployment. That's not too bad, actually. That's not too bad. 51 births a week and 38 deaths a week. That's quite substantial, actually, for a town of only 11,000. I would think, anyway. I have no idea. I have no idea. Whatever. But yeah, that's not too bad. Actually, you know what we can think about? What we can think about doing later on is when we build one of these housing estates, we could probably afford to make one high density, and by making it high density, it means that we attract young adults and we attract sort of couples rather than low residential, which is families, which means that we would have to worry less about education, and we could, you know, focus on just providing transport and stuff for people that actually cared. But you know, hey ho, that's something that we could think about in the future. I'm just sort of really toying with the idea of a hydroelectric plant. We don't have enough money, I know, but you know, it's very, very tempting. I want the unemployment rate to go down. We're at 13%. That's pretty bad, even though there are a lot more jobs available at the moment. However, we're seeing a very remarkable reduction in the amount of abandoned buildings, which is always nice, because abandoned buildings are just a pain in the ass, as far as I'm concerned. Rubbish trucks should be going around collecting rubbish. That's fine. We don't need to worry about rubbish too much. What are you saying, Tweeter? Union Aerospace Corporation announces their plans for Mars. Overjoyed. More modern than farming. What's up next? Horses and wagons. Ouch! That bites. That really hurts, actually. Well, fuck you, people. Fuck you. Are we level 5 yet? Are we level... Well, we're going to level 5. Increase the value of the land. I know I'm trying to increase the value of the land, but nobody seems to be wanting to remotely be interested in increasing the value of the land with me, but whatever. I guess we're just going to have to bide our time. Upgrade underway, that's always nice to see. What is the next milestone? Is it 16,000? 16,000, and we'd get a crematorium and a water treatment plant. Yeah, awesome. I'd be happy with that. That would be pretty darned good if we could actually manage to get those. I mean, obviously, we're not going to get it in this episode. This is a long way away. This is definitely in the future, but hey ho. This is full. Let's empty this. Set this on empty mode. Garbage trucks in use, 9 out of 9. So hopefully we should be reducing the amount of rubbish actually in those dumps. Or those landfill sites. That's what I mean. However, that does mean we're going to be sticking more and more into the crematorium, which is... Look at the reserves. The reserves are substantial. Yeah, we need more crematoriums. Not more crematoriums, what am I talking about? Incinerators. Yeah, we need a lot more incinerators. And I would imagine this one over here would be pretty full as well. Yeah, this one's almost full. Well, the first thing to do is to up that to 150%. I know it's going to cost us a little bit of extra money, but it's also going to give us a little bit of extra storage capacity, I would hope. It might not, but I would hope. In fact, yeah, maybe that's the wrong way. Maybe it won't give us any extra storage capacity. Okay, if it doesn't give us any extra storage capacity, then that's fine. We reduce that. We reduce it back to whatever it was, 65%. It probably was 75%, but that's okay. And we build more of these things. There we go. 2 more should be fine. We're gonna obviously we just need to we just need to actually process the garbage. That's pretty much it. What is this? Incinerator capacity 103,000 units per week. Garbage production 171,000 per week. Could we bump that up, and would that change things a little bit? Would that make a difference? Incinerator capacity. Wow! Garbage production. Okay, we can scale that down a little bit. Let's say 110%. Something like that, maybe. Okay, so that's good. As long as we're fine for capacities. I mean, obviously we have way too many garbage trucks than we could ever need. I mean, quite frankly, we have a ridiculous amount, but that's okay. It's what we really need to. We really just need the incinerator capacity so that we can actually get rid of the existing garbage that we have. And you know what? It'll make a little bit of extra power, which is quite nice actually. And it will allow us to reduce spending in power to perhaps 100%. because we're actually going to be producing some serious megawattage. 13 megawatts. Look at that. That's like 2 basic wind turbine. That's crazy. That's a lot. That's a big amount. And yeah, so we're hopefully gonna work ourselves through the massive backlog of garbage that we currently have. This should be called Binman Avenue, because we've got a lot of binmen that work up here. I'm okay with that. That's a-okay. Wow, we're seeing a lot of people upgrading. How very kind of you to upgrade. Speaking of upgrading, how's the university doing? We only have 760 or 750 elevated eligible people. That's not good enough. High school availability, that's fine. And elementary school availability, that's also fine. Wow, we are very, very close to going over the top in terms of eligibility. Very close indeed. I'm acutely aware that this area has no possible education. Should we build an elementary school down here? I think we should. Just so people can actually get their kids educated. Do we want to build a proper? I don't think we do. I don't think we want to build a massive secondary school over there. But that's fine. That's okay. We can probably set up a metro station over here, perhaps. I'm thinking if we set up a metro station... Space already occupied. Well, yeah, okay, so if we set up a metro station over here, right? I know it's going to make, like, 2 people upset, but that's fine. Obviously, this is going to cost an absolute ton. It's going to... Yeah, okay, cost 100 per cell. Yeah, okay, so this is going to be very expensive. This is going to be super expensive. I mean, it's going to cost us 20 grand to build a route into the city. That's just one of the necessary evils. I want there to be a direct route from here all the way over to the commercial zone over here. That's my plan anyway. What's our unemployment rate at the moment? Our unemployment rate is 14%. We have more jobs available though, and we are going to grow the number of jobs slowly. So let's introduce. In fact, you know what? We could introduce some offices. How about that? Let's get some offices on the go. There we go. Offices. The first offices of this playthrough. How quickly do you reckon we're going to see them pop up? I reckon pretty quickly. I reckon we're going to see some offices pop up very, very soon indeed, because there is large demand for industry or offices, and we are providing that. We are satisfying that demand for offices. So that's something at least. I've said it before and I'll say it again. These 2 highways look absolutely ridiculous, but I am very, very proud of how effectively they actually work at getting transport from one half of the city to the other. I'm pretty chuffed with that. Oh, we're starting to see an office. Told you so. Thought so. And hopefully that's going to reduce our unemployment rate, because 15% unemployment is just ugh. Yeah, that's not good. That is not good at all. We've got quite a lot of young adults, and we've got quite a lot of adults, and we've got a couple of seniors. 20% seniors. That's not too bad, actually. I'm pretty satisfied with that percentage. Not like I can do anything about it, but yeah, whatever. Wow, we're seeing level 4 households here. What do we need to do to upgrade? Increase the land value. It's just the land value, is it? Is that it? What is the value of the land over here? It's actually pretty darned good, if I do say so. We can actually afford to build perhaps another park over here. Maybe another one? No, not really. No, not really keen for another park, I don't think. No, not gonna chance it by putting in another one. That's okay actually. As long as we've sort of worked towards reducing our unemployment rates. We need to sort power as well, don't we? Ah, yes. How could I forget the annoyances of power? Let's link that up over there. Beautiful. That did cost sort of like 1,900, and that's quite a lot of money, but you know, whatever. Whatever. That's not an issue. Is this like top banking? So these offices won't be farm themed, will they? I don't think so. Well, they're out of the farm boundary anyway, so that's okay. I would expect Buildings need to be covered by more services. Yeah, I would expect these offices will help out with the unemployment rate a little bit. A little bit, not by much. Jobs available, 4,600 or something. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty. I'm pretty happy with that, actually. There's not too much to complain about. I mean, socially, however, our city seems to be, you know, absolutely flourishing. We don't seem to have high rates of crime at all, which is lovely. Lovely to see, indeed. I mean, obviously, crime is a little bit of a problem down here, but hopefully it won't be. Yeah, it seems to be being satisfied by the police. Crime rate of 10%. That's roughly where we're floating around. I'm okay with that. I'm okay as long as we sort of we continue in this sort of vein. You know, but we don't have any problems. The existing houses that we have over here are very strongly built. They're very consistent. They're very highly upgraded. Lots are well on their way to being maxed out, and that's lovely. That's lovely to see. I'm very, very grateful. We could rename stuff if we wanted to, but I don't think we really do. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with that. However, we are probably spending an absolute shit ton of money on garbage disposal. Yeah, well, that's just one of those things, I suppose, isn't it? That's just one of those things. What if we scaled up spending in this? Would that make people much happier? 150%. So we'd roughly spend an extra 300 or so. Well, an extra 200 really. Would that make people happier? I'm not really sure. I'm sure it would, actually. Commercial happiness is pretty low. Industrial happiness is very, very high. Residential happiness is 81%, so it's not as great as we'd like it to be, but it's not entirely insignificant. Let's get a park down here, actually, so that we don't leave this area behind in terms of land value. It's not what we want to do at all. However, where are we going to fit it? Oh, screw it, we'll just fit it up there. There we go. And now everybody should continually be happy. Please be happy. Apart from these people up here. Ah, goodness sake. I have a mind to just sort of demolish these houses and just leave them to rot. But, you know, whatever. We'll be nice to them. We should have no garbage problems considering, you know, how much we're actually spending on garbage. You know what, we're going to reduce that even further. We're going to reduce garbage further. We're going to reduce to like 90%. We don't need to be spending as much as we are on garbage. That's ridiculous. That's downright ridiculous. What's the incinerator capacity now? Yeah, that's fine. Incinerator capacity is 1,940. What am I talking about? 194,400. And that's still way more significant than the garbage production. So that's fine. That is absolutely A-okay with me. We've also crossed over the 12,000 boundary. The 12,000 people boundary, anyway. So I'm pretty satisfied with that. I'm pretty satisfied with that. People should not be using this area as a through route. Let me correct that right now. Okay. We need an off-ramp. An off-ramp, please. We need it to be here. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, so now it should be much more efficient for people to actually take this ramp rather than using this ramp over there. People probably won't see it that way, actually. I think we'll probably still see a lot of people take this route because it's a long drive up here. But I want this to be the area for the emergency services and perhaps, you know, dead people processing. You never know. We'll have to wait and see. Ladies and gentlemen, my name's been Orbit Potato. Thank you very, very much for watching City Skylines. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye!